Good morning, everyone. It's Mish here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, thanks for stopping by. And if you are one of my crafty friends and kindred spirits, I'm so glad that you're here with me this morning. And thanks for all your lovely comments. It just really warms my heart. And it's you guys that give me the inspiration if sometimes I'm not feeling quite crafty to at least come in and sit at the table and try to get inspired. And then I'll look at one of your comments and then I'll just be, yeah, let's do another page, or let's start this. So it has been a busy week this week, as the girls, the youngest, had her birthday this week, and that was, she turned 23. So we had a lovely little party. It was so fun here. I love having all the girls together. So we had a great little time, and that was on Tuesday. And then I worked late on Thursday, didn't kind of finish till about 8:30, I think. And then yesterday, Friday, I did have the day off, and Bobby and I spent the day together, which we haven't had a chance for a long time. And I picked up Swiss Chalet, and we took it over to my dad's and spent the evening with my dad and my stepmother. So it was a great day. And now it's Saturday morning, and this is due tomorrow. So let's get started. This, if you are new, is the Margarete Miller Collage Challenge. We are on week 51, so the penultimate week for this year. There's only one more week next week, and then if you are doing it for next year, I haven't even looked to see if Margarete is actually putting out prompts for next year. I'm just assuming, but if so, then the prompt should be available soon on her Etsy shop. That's where I look, Mellow Miller. So the prompts for this week, if you do want to see other people who are doing certain weeks, it is hashtag 2024 CW and then that week. So for this week, it would be hashtag 2024 CW51. All right, so the prompts for this week are something you see or do on vacation, a crossword or magazine, a newspaper puzzle, a calendar or portion of a calendar, so a piece of dried tea bag, and bonus would be something folded. So I am just going to start by getting down, this is just some old scrap paper that I had, and I just want to start to cover my background. So I am using a book that I picked up at the thrift store, and it's funny because I sat down to use this page, and it's about a Christmas page. So it's under the wild apple trees in the pasture, the red apples lay thick on the ground, and the sheep gnawed them, and the geese gnawed them, and foxes came in the night and sniffed them. One evening just before Christmas, snow began falling. So I kind of thought I want to use my tea bag piece to just go over this so that I can kind of see a little bit of the words in the background there. So for one of my geometric patterns, I'm going to use the snowflakes. So I'm just going to get this down. I do try to use tape runner as much as possible in this one, only because I just didn't want it to swell up with the pages where the glue would, more chance that that's going to happen. So I'm using tape runner where possible, and then, is that straight? And then I'll just use my Elmer's glue, which is the glue all. I decanted into this little thingy. Okay, so we got some geometric patterns. So then I have this calendar. I have from last year and this year. So I'm thinking some more snowflakes for a geometric pattern. I think I'm going to keep that. Thursday, I don't know why, but it's my favorite day of the week. Also going to use, so this is my something folded. So I just took a piece of paper and folded it for the tag. And then my puzzle, it's not really a crossword puzzle, it's a word search, and it didn't come from a magazine, but it is a puzzle. And it's one of the puzzles that we used on Tuesday at our party. And I just wanted to put it in here as a little memento or souvenir of the fun night that we had. And all 4 girls were here, and we just had a great time. But, of course, I've got that on there crooked. I think it's going to have to stay there. So let's try and move it over at the bottom. I don't think we're going to get it any straighter than that. But that's all right. It looks straight there, but it just doesn't look straight. So I think I must have cut that on an angle. Okay, so I want to kind of cover the year and the number as much as possible. So I'm thinking that I might want to put this down right around here. So about an inch from that margin and above the sheep's nod. I am going to try to leave a spot for my prompts, but invariably I cover it over with something. I'm going to try to do it on the side there. We shall see if it actually gets in there. It's so funny, really. And I don't even know it. I did it the week before last. Okay, so I'm just going to go about, oops, I just want it down a little bit lower. Around there. Right about there, I guess. Okay, so then that's what I'm actually going to do is stick that in there. Then I'm less likely to cover it over. All right, so then my tea bag, which was from Red Rose Tea. I don't really drink tea, but I was at a conference last week, and I actually grabbed a couple of the Red Rose Tea. So the Red Rose Tea here in Nova Scotia, when I was a girl, and we're going back to the 70s, 80s, early 80s, in the Red Rose Tea, you used to be able to get these little porcelain figures, like animals and stuff. And my grandmother used to save them for me. And I still have some of those little figures. So whenever I see Red Rose Tea, it brings back a lot of nostalgic memories of being in her kitchen with the fire going. And so I'm just happy to use the Red Rose Tea bag, because then that's a little bit of Grammy. All right, so I don't really think I'm going to be able to get that down with tape runner, but let's see. Oh, yeah. I can. And I'm just going to put a bit at the top and bottom just to stick it down. It doesn't need to be welded down, so I'm fine, as long as it just stays in place. And I think this will be the bottom bit. Alright, so I'm only going to have one chance with this as well. So my voice is a bit croaky today. I feel dry. And I'll tell you, I haven't been drinking enough water. So that's for sure. The Swiss Chalet meal was lovely. So I picked up the Festive Family, which feeds 4. And I actually called it in prior to going. And I asked them, do we have to go inside to pick it up, or can you go through the drive-thru? And they said either one, doesn't matter. So I just said to Bobby, well, when we get over to Swiss Chalet, if there's a line up in the drive-thru, we'll just go in. I'll just go in. And there wasn't. There was absolutely nobody in the drive-thru. And this was like at 5:30 at supper time. I was like, holy cow. Okay, so I then have this other little piece, which I'm thinking I just want to put as a little bit of background, because I've got another piece from that calendar, and I really loved it because it's sort of that robin. But then I have this little piece of paper that I picked up from, I think it was Winners or HomeSense. It's a paper pad. But I thought that would look good there. So I'm thinking, I don't want the whole thing. So I'm kind of thinking I'll cut it right around here. And put that in there. So right about here, try to cut a straight line. Invariably, I don't cut a straight line, but you know what the trick to cutting a straight line, for me anyway, and I don't do it a lot, is when I start cutting a line, say down here, I look up here. You should, well, for me, if I look up here to see where I want my scissor to go, it usually does. If I don't, it usually goes off at an angle somewhere. So, and that's when I used to play sports too. Our coach used to always say, you know, for basketball or baseball, look at where you want the ball to go. And it generally does. So I want to keep the word Christmas there, right here, just before Christmas. A little bit. Maybe I could put that off center that way. Like that. How would that look? I think that might look okay. So I'm going to get this piece down, because I know that I don't really want anything underneath this piece. As soon as I'm finished here, I need to run over to Halifax Shopping Centre. So I live in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And I want to run over to Halifax Shopping Centre to pick up a couple last Christmas presents. And it is, right now, it's 8:30 in the morning. And the mall's open in a half an hour. So I want to get this done and get over there, because it's going to be a madhouse today. And I like to get over to the shops as soon as they open it in the morning. That's sort of my jam thing. Even if the shops open at 6 o'clock in the morning, I would be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Just so I could get my stuff done and get out of there. So I'm kind of thinking I'd like to keep the word jolly from the, if I put that low, I think that's just too low, because everything's going to be focused kind of at the bottom, but then I could put a sticker up there. But I'm thinking, and I didn't want to put the tag any higher, but I'm kind of thinking that I want this about there, and then that like that. Well, that would work, I think. But where's the holly jolly? Yeah, I think that would work. So I'm just gonna do it. I could always put something else up top there if I think it's too cluttered at the bottom. I like to sort of even out the collage so that there's not too much at the top or too much at the bottom. But I think this worked well, because I could always trim this little, I could trim that up a bit if I wanted. But I think, and I really don't like things to be even. I like them to be offset a little bit, because that adds interest to the eye. But I think that would look good there. And then let's see what else I've got for over there. So, oh wait, I've got this. So I stuck this little piece of pattern paper with the holly. Oh, and I know what else I got for geometrical shapes is I was doing another project and I was cutting out like ovals and stuff. So I'm wondering if instead of that, we could just put something else in there. Kind of like that, where it says notes. So you could like even write a little note there. And then I have all these great big circles. I don't think that would go. And I don't think that would go. Just a white? No. I love the coffee dyed papers. And I didn't this summer get a chance. I usually take a couple days in the summer. And what if I stick that kind of there, and then that over top of it, and then that kind of over top of that. I kind of like how that looks. I kind of, but what about this? Dots are geometric patterns too. What about something like that? Just peeking out behind there. No. But I do like this, so I think I am going to use, I think I'm going to put this down. I think I'm just going to do this edge for now so that I can tack this in place. Just ran out of runner. The good thing about these little things is they have refills. I think that one's empty too. No, it's not empty. Might have to use glue because I can't seem to get this working. Okay, so we're just going to get this one down. I'm thinking right about here. Or below. Thinking right there. Because then it's kind of offset down at the bottom here. So I've got like little steps there. Okay, and then I'm just thinking to kind of stick that there. And then I could do another little layer there. And then I have a few little stickers. Kind of liking it just like that, without that. Or I could make like a skinnier strip just to go on the edge there. Like that. We'll keep that in mind. Okay, so then I also went and picked out just a few little things to embellish. So I had cut out, I did some fussy cutting the other night, and I'm thinking just to add a little bit to the collage of little images that I cut. So I use raw pixel. Oh, and I like that box. And that would be geometric because it's a box shape. Kind of like how that looks. And then I have that. And then I pulled out some stickers. So a star would be a geometric shape. And then I liked the little holly berries and the snowflake. I was thinking of putting a snowflake down. So let me get this down because I think I do like this. So I'm just going to, what am I going to do? I don't even need to cut it. I could just put that down like that. Or not. I think I will put that down. But maybe this way. I also have some washi tape. So it might be good to do some washi tape. I kind of like that. I'm going to do it. Let's just do it. We could do all kinds of things, but it's not going to ruin the collage. Just might make it look a little bit full at the bottom. But we're coming to the last of the weeks, so let's go out with a bang. For sure. And then I can see a little bit of that holly poking out the bottom. And see, I didn't want to use glue with this. Oh, here's another tape run. Let's see if this works. This is just a dollar store jobby. I could have used Fabri-Tac, which wouldn't warp my paper, but that kind of warps my paper. Okay, so we got that down, we got that down. So then, let's get this little note down. Okay, and I want it so that I can see the word notes. So I'm liking that. And then I do like this box, but I'm thinking that I'm not sure if I like the white showing around it. So I could distress it or I could cut it out better. Actually, I think I'm okay with that. Let's just get that down. So we'll get our present down in our geometric box shape. Like so. Okay, and then what about, I really like that poinsettia. And I still, like I said, want to see that. I do want to trim this holly just a little bit better. Just a little bit closer so there's less white space. Around, especially kind of inside here where the berries are. Just want to take out a little bit of that white space. It's a gorgeous looking day here today. It's going to be sunny. It's a little bit cool last night, or yesterday. We took a drive out from Halifax out to Peggy's Cove. So Peggy's Cove is an area of really large rocky landscape, a little bit like, I don't know, what you might envision being on the moon or a different planet. There's tundra though, so there's trees scrub trees and stuff that grow there. But Peggy's Cove is our iconic lighthouse. So we often will go out just because I like being out in that area. And when it's windy, which it was windy yesterday, a bit windy, the waves come crashing in. Now you have to be very careful when you're on the rocks that you don't go where you see black rocks, because that's where the rogue waves can come up and take you out to sea, and you definitely don't want that. It's gotten so bad with people not listening, even though there's signs and it's promoted, don't go on the black rocks. People still do, so they've had to put a security guard out there. And I think that's pretty sad that people, and it's not even that they, people are there with different languages. There's pictures as well. And so anyways, they have this guard, this security guard that's out there. But it was a great day to be out there. Sunny, and with the wind chill factor, though, it was -6 degrees Celsius, I think. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. So it was a little bit chilly, but we had our winter coats on and hat and mittens. So you had to be careful of the wind, though. At times it was pushing me along and I felt like I couldn't walk. I think that would look good there. So I'm just kind of looking at this. So I do have those, which are dimensional, but I also have, I wonder if I'd like that snowflake better. Or even a little one up here, which you can kind of see through, so you'd still be able to see the words a bit. And then what else? So I've got these. There's a little bit of holly berries in these, like there, so that I could put some berries or a star. I think I like the star. I think I like that star. It does have pink in it, but I don't think it clashes. The green might work. This is where the point of indecision. Oh, look, and I have these bells. I think I like these. These are old. I've had these for years. I think I'm going to use these. These are always kicking around in my stash. So I'm just going to pull that piece of that bag off. There we go. I think I'll put those right there. That is perfect. And then there. What if I take these holly berries? I can get them off this background. I don't know where I got these. I think I got these at the dollar store. But not this year. They're really stuck down. There we go. It's like a plastic sticker. So I'm thinking maybe there, to kind of highlight my little words there. And I could stamp on it as well. Kind of thinking I might use a little bit of washi tape. And maybe I've got another bit of holly there, or up there. A little snowflake. Could put a little snowflake up there. These are plastic too. Although I don't really think it goes with the vibe. So I'm going to use this other little piece of holly here. For maybe up in that corner. Although I've got another, oh, that's a cardinal though. But we've got the bird theme. We could put this little cardinal. They're all joyous over the coming birth. It's going to happen in in 11 days. Although I don't think that was the true birth date of Jesus, but yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, so then I think I'm just going to end up with a little bit of washi tape. So I've pulled some of my Christmas tape, and I still have some of my red tape. So I do like this. It says Happy Holidays, and there's a bunch of trees, but I think it's the same color tone as my, yeah. So I'm just going to cut off a little piece of this right over to the trees. And I'm thinking I'll just put this in here. So I'm going to cut off I'll use that little piece for something else. And I'm just going to put that there, which I think really is good there. Thinking I might just like a little thin piece of something there. Maybe something reddish. Red. Like a flat red. Like this red. Or it could be a little stripy red. Oh, hi, Chesser. Good morning. Yeah? Oh, I see. He's already had food and water. And he just wants attention. Which is fine. He gets lots of attention. Yeah? Do you? We didn't have any water the other day, and it's hard on him because he's got a fountain, I think I was telling you guys, which he does drink from, but he also drinks from the tub, and sometimes he gets it into his head that that's where he needs to drink from, which happened when I had no water. So I took a bottle of water, because I try to keep a case of 500 ml bottles in the house at all times. So I tried to pour it from the, like I would run it so it was kind of dripping down the tap. So it looked like it was kind of coming from the tap, but I couldn't get it consistently. And it was coming out faster or more and was making them agitated. So I got thinking, well, what else could I use to help this cat get a drink from this tap? So it dawned on me, we'll go get a little funnel. So I went out to the kitchen and I got just a wee little funnel, and I put the funnel up against, like with this, if this is the tap, where the water comes spout in the tub, I put the funnel kind of right up against it, and then I just poured the water gently into the funnel, and it dripped out just like it was coming from the tap. So I was very happy about that because I was starting to get very anxious. All right, so what else do we need? I think we're coming to an end there with this. I think if we move stuff out of the way, I think that really looks like we're pretty much finished. So I think I can stop there. So if you did like this, I'd love to have a like and subscribe if you haven't. And I didn't include my little tuck spot here. So this is going to come out tomorrow, December the 15th. And I am in the process now of making another video for my Christmas journal. So I'm hoping to get that out for Monday. But until we meet again, I do hope you stay safe and well. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And bye for now.